Once a symbol of British engineering excellence, BSA Motorcycles rose to become the largest motorcycle manufacturer in the world. But how did this iconic brand, known for its legendary Gold Star model, vanish from the roads and our memories? Let's find out more about this in the next part of the video. So don't miss a single moment. Stay with us. In 1861, Birmingham Small Arms, BSA, was founded in the city's famous gun quarter, initially focusing on weapons manufacturing, especially during the Crimean War period. Eventually, BSA branched out, producing bicycles as the company embraced new technologies. By 1903, BSA had entered the motorcycle arena and rolled out its first model by 1910. When World War I broke out, the company played a crucial role in supporting the military by supplying both firearms and vehicles. The war years proved extremely profitable for BSA, which produced over 1.5 million rifles and Lewis machine guns, along with a fleet of cars, motorcycles, and ambulances. This thrust BSA into the spotlight as a serious competitor in the automotive industry. Leading into World War II, the company expanded its automotive efforts with a lineup that included both motorcycles, like the popular 350cc and 500cc single-cylinder Silver Star and Gold Star models, and 3- and 4-wheeled cars. During the war, BSA returned to arms production, providing the Royal Air Force with Browning machine guns for their Spitfires and manufacturing more than 125,000 M20 motorcycles for the British military. By the early 1950s, BSA had not only become a global name, but had also acquired the Triumph Motorcycle Company. At its peak, 1 in every 4 motorcycles sold around the world bore the BSA name, a true testament to the company's influence and success during that era. After World War II, people needed affordable and reliable transportation, both for everyday commuting and weekend fun. BSA was ready to meet that need. Its popular models like the Gold Star and Bantam sold very well, and the twin-cylinder A7 and A10 bikes were favorites among practical riders. As the 1950s gave way to the 1960s, BSA introduced new models like the B Series, 350cc and 500cc, and the smaller C Series, 250cc, helping the company become the biggest motorcycle maker in the world. At this point, BSA was thriving in export markets, especially in the United States. Back home in the UK, 80% of all motorcycles sold carried the BSA logo. The brand's strong presence in military and police forces around the world also boosted its reputation. While known mostly for motorcycles, BSA also made cars, buses, farming equipment, and industrial machines. One of its bikes, the A65 Lightning, even made a movie appearance in the 1965 James Bond film, Thunderball, ridden by a villain named Fiona Volpe. In 1968, BSA launched the Rocket 3, a high-performance motorcycle that was both powerful and dependable. Around the same time, BSA's sister company Triumph was also doing well with its Trident and Bonneville models. Together, the two brands had a big win at the 1970 Daytona 200 race, giving BSA even more fame, especially for the Rocket 3. But behind the scenes, things weren't going as smoothly. Despite the success and growing name recognition, the 1960s quietly marked the beginning of BSA's decline. By the late 1960s, BSA was starting to lose ground. The company's aging lineup was no match for the growing power of Japan's Big Four: Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Suzuki. These Japanese manufacturers offered modern features, better fuel efficiency, and more reliable bikes, all produced using advanced manufacturing techniques. They gave customers more for their money, and their strong performance in motorsports only made them more appealing. BSA tried to fight back by launching a series of smaller and mid-sized single and twin-cylinder bikes, including off-road and motocross models. as well as the 3-cylinder Rocket 3. However, these efforts didn't quite hit the mark. On top of that, poor management choices, production delays, and failed ventures, like the unpopular Ariel 3 trike, only made things worse. By 1971, the company had racked up a massive trading loss of £3 million, which would be about $55 million in today's money. Things quickly went downhill. In 1972, facing financial collapse, BSA was taken over and merged into Norton Villiers, forming a new company called Norton Villiers Triumph. This marked the end of BSA as an independent brand. Under the new group, only a few BSA models remained: the Gold Star 500, the 650 Thunderbolt, the 650 Lightning, and the Rocket 3. Finally, in 1973, BSA stopped making motorcycles altogether, bringing a legendary 60-year journey to an end. Even though BSA's motorcycle production came to an abrupt end, the brand never truly faded away. Over the years, it found loyal fans among vintage motorcycle enthusiasts and collectors. In fact, the rarity of BSA bikes only added to their appeal, with many bikes being bought, sold, and carefully restored, especially in places like the UK and the United States. The brand's legacy stayed alive, fueled by nostalgia and the timeless charm of its designs. Recently, there's been a noticeable comeback in the world of retro motorcycles. Brands like Royal Enfield have played a big role in this revival, with popular models such as the Classic 350, Interceptor 650, and Continental GT capturing the spirit of old-school riding while offering modern reliability. Royal Enfield's success story in India, after British production slowed down in the 1960s, set an example. So it wasn't a huge surprise when Indian company Classic Legends stepped in and bought BSA in 2016, aiming to breathe new life into the iconic brand, just like Royal Enfield had done, but decades later. In 2024, the new BSA Gold Star was launched. It stayed true to the look and feel of classic BSAs, while adding updated features and dependable build quality. Just like that, BSA was back and ready to begin a brand new chapter. With the release of the new Gold Star, BSA was taking a bold step forward, banking heavily on one flagship model to reignite interest in the brand. It had the tough job of honoring its legendary past while meeting the expectations of today's riders. The competition was fierce, especially from Royal Enfield, whose modern lineup was already winning over riders in markets like North America. The new Gold Star would be going head-to-head with the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, a popular roadster known for its upright seating, smooth performance, and budget-friendly price tag. The Interceptor had already earned a solid reputation as a more affordable alternative to the Triumph Bonneville, praised for its comfortable ride and agile handling. Interestingly, while Royal Enfield's Interceptor features a twin-cylinder engine, BSA stayed closer to its roots by choosing a single-cylinder engine, just like the original Gold Star models. Though it's worth noting, BSA did make a twin-cylinder Rocket Gold Star back in 1963. The new bike carries the classic look proudly, with retro styling and the iconic BSA logo gleaming on the fuel tank. There's no shortage of chrome, which adds a vintage flair, though it might need a little extra care when the rain comes. Despite the throwback design, the new Gold Star doesn't skip on modern touches. It's equipped with high-quality Brembo disc brakes, electronic fuel injection, liquid cooling, and adjustable rear suspension for better comfort and control. There's even a digital LCD display tucked into the headlamp for tracking fuel and trip info, plus a USB port to charge your gadgets on the go, although some might wish it was more discreetly placed. Overall, the new Gold Star delivers what you'd expect from a BSA. It has that satisfying thump from the single-cylinder engine, offers solid torque for everyday riding, and captures the nostalgic spirit that fans of the brand will appreciate. The story of BSA is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most dominant empires can fall if they fail to adapt. But it's also a story of passion, engineering excellence, and a legacy that continues to inspire. From the Gold Star's golden era to its eventual demise, the roar may be gone, but the legend of BSA Motorcycles will forever echo in the hearts of riders around the world. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Cave Riders for more vintage explorations, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next ride into motorcycle history. Until our next adventure, keep the shiny side up and the stories rolling.